Marcus was in his home office when his maid walked in holding his wife's phone. "Mr. Chen, I think you need to see this." She'd found it while cleaning, unlocked, a text thread between his wife Amber and her lover. Marcus scrolled through months of messages, but one made his blood stop. "I can't wait till he's gone. Then I'm getting tested. I need to make sure I'm clean after years of sleeping with him." His wife, the woman he'd been faithful to, calling him dirty, diseased, disgusting, while she was sleeping with another man. And in that moment, he made a decision that was going to destroy his marriage, but save his life. He decided to put his wife to the test to confirm if what he saw was true, but that test would shatter the illusion he had been living in for the past years. If you enjoy stories of deep betrayal and shocking revelations about the people we trust most, like this video and subscribe to the channel now. There are brand new stories here every day, each one more intense than the last one.
Mr. Chen, I think you need to see this.
The maid's hands shook when she handed Marcus the phone. Marcus looked up from his laptop. Grace stood in the doorway of his home office, holding his iPhone like it was evidence at a crime scene. "Mr. Chen," she said. Her voice was quiet. It always was. "I think you need to see this." Marcus set down his coffee. Grace had worked for them for 3 years. She'd never interrupted him before. She barely spoke unless spoken to. "What is it?" Grace didn't answer. She just placed the phone on his desk, screen up, and walked out. The notification was still there. A text message. From his wife's lover. Marcus didn't unlock the phone yet. He sat there, staring at the ceiling, listening to the sound of his wife's ring light buzzing in the bedroom upstairs. She was filming again, always filming. He picked up the phone. He scrolled. "Lover. She's so pathetic lately. Can't even look at me without crying about the business. Amber, he's spiraling. I give it 2 months before I'm out. Lover, you deserve better, baby. You know that. Amber, I know. God, I know. I just need to time it right. Lover, when you're free, we're going to Bali, first class. None of this budget-conscious bullshit he's been pulling. Amber, I'm screenshotting this so I can manifest it." Marcus put the phone down. He heard her laugh upstairs. Not a phone call, a video. She was watching something alone in the bedroom they used to share before he started having trouble sleeping and moved to the couch. He didn't go upstairs. He opened his laptop. He pulled up a folder labeled Q3 Financial Review. Inside was a document he'd been preparing for 3 weeks. Project Loyalty, Evidence Log. He added a new entry. Day 1. Confirmation. Dinner that night was silent. Amber sat across from him, scrolling through Instagram, double-tapping photos of women in Santorini and Dubai. Her plate was untouched. Grace had made jollof rice and plantains, Amber's favorite once. Now she just pushed it around with her fork. "This is cold," Amber said. Grace appeared from the kitchen. "I can reheat it, Mrs. Chen." Amber didn't look up. "Don't bother, I'm not hungry." Marcus cut into his chicken. He didn't say anything. Amber sighed, loud, performative. "You're really just going to sit there," she said. Marcus looked up. "What do you want me to say?" "I don't know, Marcus. Maybe ask me how my day was. Show some interest in your wife." He set down his fork. "How was your day?" She rolled her eyes. "Never mind." She stood up. Her chair scraped against the floor. She grabbed her phone and walked toward the stairs. "By the way," she said, stopping at the base of the staircase, "I need you to move your car tomorrow. I'm having the girls over for brunch, and that Honda looks, I don't know, cheap. Park it on the street or something." Marcus stared at her. "It's a 2011 Accord, Amber. It's paid off." "Exactly," she said. "It's embarrassing." She went upstairs. Grace came out of the kitchen. She picked up Amber's untouched plate. She didn't look at Marcus, but her jaw was tight. "Mr. Chen," Grace said quietly, "would you like me to make you something else?" Marcus shook his head. "No, Grace, this is perfect." Grace nodded. She walked back into the kitchen. Marcus pulled out his phone. He opened the voice memo app. He pressed record. The next morning, Marcus made the call. He sat in his office, door closed, and dialed his business partner, David. "I need you to do me a favor," Marcus said. David was quiet for a moment. "What kind of favor?" "I need you to send me a termination letter. Make it look real. Equity dissolved. Position eliminated. The whole thing. Marcus, what the hell are you talking about? I'll explain later. I just need it to look like I lost everything. Can you do that? David exhaled. You're testing her. Yeah. Jesus, man. Can you do it or not? David was quiet. Then, I'll have it to you by tonight. Thanks. Marcus hung up. He opened his email. He drafted a message to his accountant, his lawyer, and his financial advisor. Same instructions, same story. Effective immediately, I need all documentation to reflect a total business collapse. Asset freeze, debt obligations, the works. This is a controlled test. Do not contact my wife. He hit send. Then he went downstairs and moved his Honda to the street. Amber's brunch was loud. Marcus could hear them from the garage, where he was pretending to organize tools he didn't own. 4 women, all laughing, all talking over each other, mimosas, avocado toast, the sound of phones clicking as they took photos. He walked into the kitchen to grab water. The women went quiet. Amber looked up from her phone. Oh, hey babe, we're just finishing up. One of the women, Jessica, Amber's college friend, smiled at him. It was tight. Polite. Hi, Marcus. How's work? It's fine, Marcus said. Amber laughed, a little too loud. He's being modest. He's crushing it. Marcus filled his glass. He didn't correct her. Well, Jessica said, standing up, we should get going. Thanks for hosting, Amber. The women filed out. Amber walked them to the door, hugging each one, promising to do this again soon. When she came back inside, she looked at Marcus. You couldn't have just stayed upstairs. Marcus set down his glass. It's my house. It's our house, she said, and you made it weird. She grabbed her phone and went upstairs. Marcus pulled out his phone. He opened the voice memo app. He pressed record. Day 4, she's erasing me in real time. The email came at 9:47 p.m. Marcus was sitting on the couch, pretending to watch TV. Amber was upstairs, filming a nighttime skincare routine for her followers. His phone buzzed. From David Huang. Subject, termination notice, effective immediately. Marcus opened the attachment. It looked real, frighteningly real. Letterhead, signature, legal jargon about market conditions and restructuring. He forwarded it to his lawyer, then he took a breath. He walked upstairs. Amber was sitting at her vanity, ring light on, phone propped up on a stand. She was talking to the camera, smiling. And this serum is literally life-changing. Link in bio, you guys. Use code AMBER15 for 15% off. She saw him in the mirror. She stopped recording. What? Marcus sat on the edge of the bed. He held up his phone. I need to tell you something. Amber turned around. Okay. I lost my job. She blinked. What? The company restructured. They dissolved my equity. I'm out. Amber stared at him. Are you serious? Yeah. She stood up. What does that mean? Like, financially? Marcus rubbed his face. It means we're going to have to cut back, significantly. Amber's face changed. It was subtle, a tightening around the eyes, a flattening of the mouth. Cut back how? I don't know yet. I'm meeting with a financial advisor tomorrow, but it's bad, Amber. She didn't say anything. She just turned back to her vanity, picked up her phone and stared at the screen. I need to think, she said. Marcus nodded. He walked out. The next morning, her name was gone from his coffee order. Marcus had always stopped at the same coffee shop on the way to work. He'd order 2 drinks, 1 black coffee for him, 1 oat milk latte for Amber. That morning when he got home, Amber was in the kitchen. He set her latte on the counter. She looked at it, then at him. I'm doing a cleanse, she said. No caffeine. She poured it down the sink. Marcus said nothing. By day 7, she stopped using his name. Hey, can you pick up my dry cleaning? You left the garage door open again. You need to talk to Grace about the groceries. She's buying the wrong brands. Marcus documented it all. Voice memos, screenshots, time-stamped notes. Grace watched. She said nothing. But sometimes, late at night, when Amber was upstairs and Marcus was on the couch, Grace would bring him tea. She never asked questions. She just set the cup down and walked away. On day 9, Amber deleted their photos. Marcus noticed because his phone buzzed with a notification. Amber Chen has removed you from a post. He opened Instagram. Their engagement photo was gone. Their wedding photo was gone. The picture of them in Napa Valley from last year, gone. Her grid was clean now, just her, solo shots, outfit posts, sponsor content. He scrolled down. One photo remained. It was from 2 years ago. Amber standing in front of his Tesla. The caption read, "Blessed beyond measure." The Tesla was in the photo. He wasn't. On day 12, she took his credit card. They were at Whole Foods. Amber was filling the cart with things they didn't need. Acai bowls, organic wine, a $40 candle. At the register, Marcus pulled out his wallet. Amber put her hand on his. "I'll get it," she said. She pulled out the black Amex, the one in his name. The cashier rang them up, $340. Marcus watched Amber sign the receipt. When they got to the car, Amber opened her purse and dropped the card inside. "I'll hold on to this for now," she said. "You know, until you figure things out." She handed him three $20 bills. "For gas," she said. Marcus took the cash. He said nothing. On day 15, the lover came to the house. Marcus wasn't supposed to be home. He'd told Amber he had a job interview in the city. He'd even left at 8 a.m., dressed in a suit. But he came back. He parked the Honda 2 blocks away. He walked up the side yard. He let himself in through the garage. He could hear them in the living room. Amber's laugh, high-pitched, performative. A man's voice, deep, confident. "This place is nice," the man said. "It's temporary," Amber said. "Trust me." Marcus stood in the hallway. He could see them through the doorway. They were sitting on the couch. His couch. The one he'd picked out. The one he'd assembled himself because the delivery guys wanted $200 to do it. The man had his arm around her. Amber leaned into him. "You deserve better than this," the man said. "I know," Amber said. "Soon." Marcus pulled out his phone. He took a photo, silent shutter. "Okay, pause. We're at 102 subscribers right now, and I'm pushing for 5,000 by the end of March. Quick question before we continue. What do you think Marcus does next? A. Confronts her immediately and kicks her out. B. Keeps gathering evidence and waits for the perfect moment. C. Something even colder. Drop A, B, or C in the comments. Let's see who understands how real justice works. If you want to see what Marcus does with that photo, hit subscribe. Takes 2 seconds. All right, back to the evidence. That night, Amber posted an Instagram story. It was a boomerang of her laughing. No caption, just her in the living room, the same spot where the man had his arm around her. Marcus screenshotted it. He added it to the file. On day 16, Amber was on the phone with her mother in Nigeria. Marcus was in the kitchen. Amber was in the living room, pacing, laughing. "Mama, I'm not coming for Christmas again. You know I can't do that village life anymore. The heat, the dust, the lack of everything. I've evolved past that." Grace was folding laundry nearby. She was Nigerian too. She heard every word. Amber kept talking. I know. But I have a life here, Mama. A real life. I can't just drop everything and come dig cassava in the sun." She laughed. Grace's hands stopped moving. Marcus saw it. He said nothing. On day 18, Marcus made his offer. He waited until she came downstairs. She was dressed for the gym. Leggings, sports bra, AirPods in. "Amber," he said, "can we talk?" She pulled out one AirPod. "What?" "I know this has been hard," Marcus said. "I know I've put you through a lot." She didn't say anything. "But I think we can get through this," he said. "If we rebuild together. I've got some leads. I'm working on it. I just need you to trust me." Amber stared at him. Then she laughed. Not cruel, just dismissive. "Marcus," she said, "I love you, I do. But I didn't sign up to be poor." She put the AirPod back in. She walked out. That night she posted again, a photo of her at sunset, hair blowing in the wind. Caption, "Choosing peace over struggle." 467 comments, all supportive. "You deserve the world, Queen. Know your worth. He's lucky you stayed this long." Marcus read them all. He didn't comment. He just added the screenshot to the file. On day 20, she took the wedding portrait off the wall. Marcus came home from another fake interview. The living room looked different. The portrait, the one they'd commissioned from a photographer in Sonoma, was gone. He found it in the kitchen, face down on the counter, next to the coffee maker, like trash. On day 22, she moved out. Marcus came home to an empty closet, her shoes, her dresses, her ring light, all gone. The bathroom counter was bare, no skincare, no makeup, just his toothbrush, and her wedding ring. She'd left it next to the sink, no note. Marcus picked up the ring, he held it up to the light. Then he set it back down. He walked into the bedroom. He sat on the edge of the bed. He pulled out his phone. He opened the file. 22 days of evidence, screenshots, voice memos, photos, timestamps. He called his lawyer. "It's time," Marcus said. "You sure?" the lawyer asked. Marcus looked at the empty closet. "Yeah," he said, "I'm sure." Amber's new apartment had floor-to-ceiling windows. She posted a photo of the view on day 3. Downtown skyline, sunset, caption, "New chapter, new energy." The comments flooded in. "Living your best life." "He didn't deserve you anyway." "Upgrade SCN." Marcus saw the post from his couch, the same couch where the lover had sat, where Amber had leaned into him and said soon. He didn't react. He just forwarded the screenshot to his lawyer. Subject line, Exhibit 47. Amber's new life moved fast. Day 5. Photos with the lover at a rooftop bar. His hand on her waist, her smile wide and bright. Caption, "Finally breathing again." Day 8. A video of her unboxing designer shopping bags. Gucci, Prada, Bottega. She held up each item to the camera, laughing. "He said I deserve the world." I'm starting to believe him. Day 12. A carousel post. 7 photos. Her in a red dress. The lover in a suit. A restaurant Marcus recognized. The one he'd proposed to her at. The caption, "When someone shows you what love is supposed to look like." Marcus read every word. He saved every post. He sent them all to his lawyer with timestamps, IP addresses, and metadata his tech consultant pulled from her accounts. His lawyer called him. "Marcus, this is comprehensive." "Is it enough?" Marcus asked. "It's a massacre," the lawyer said. "When do you want to move?" "Soon," Marcus said. "I want to give her 1 more week. I want the file airtight." "It already is." "1 more week," Marcus said. He hung up. Day 19. Amber posted a gym selfie, sports bra, leggings, sweat on her collarbone. The caption, "Glow up season." Sometimes you have to lose dead weight to find yourself. The post had 1,847 likes. Marcus read the comments. "Yes, Queen. You look so much happier now. That man was holding you back." One comment stood out. Jessica Tran. "So proud of you for choosing yourself. You're an inspiration." Jessica, the friend from brunch, the one who asked about his job. Marcus screenshotted it. He added it to the file under a new folder, Social Conspiracy. Day 21. Amber went live on Instagram. Marcus was in his office when the notification came through. Amber Chen started a live video. He opened it. She was sitting on her new couch, wine glass in hand, smiling at the camera. 2,341 viewers. "Hey guys," she said, waving. "I just wanted to hop on and talk to you about something real." She took a sip of wine. "So, as you guys know, I've been going through a really tough transition. My marriage, it didn't work out. And I'm not going to get into all the details, but I just want to say, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're carrying all the weight, where you're the one showing up, and the other person has just given up, it's okay to choose yourself." The comments exploded. "Preach. You're so strong. He didn't deserve you." Amber smiled. "Thank you guys. Honestly, your support has meant everything. I'm in such a better place now. I'm with someone who actually values me, who invests in me, who sees my worth." She held up her wine glass. "Here's to new beginnings." The live ended. Marcus sat back in his chair. He called his lawyer. "She just went live. Defamation. Recorded. 2,000 witnesses." The lawyer exhaled. "Marcus, I'm telling you, we can move now." "Not yet," Marcus said. "Why?" "Because I want her to feel safe first." Day 24. The lover posted for the first time. It was a photo of Amber. She was laughing, looking up at the camera, her hand on his chest. The caption, "She walked away from comfort to find herself. That's real strength. Proud of you, baby." The post had 4,129 likes. Marcus looked at the lover's profile for the first time. Tyler J. Prestige, entrepreneur, luxury real estate, living life unapologetically. The grid was curated, photos of cars Marcus knew were rentals, screenshots of wire transfers that looked photoshopped, quotes about financial freedom and high-value living. Marcus forwarded the profile to his private investigator. Subject line, "Deep dive. I want everything." The PI called back in 3 hours. "Marcus, this guy's a ghost." "What do you mean?" "His LLC is registered to a UPS store in Van Nuys. His luxury real estate portfolio is stock photos. His bank account has $3,400 in it. He's running game." Marcus leaned back. "Keep digging. I want transaction records. I want to know every dollar she sent him." "You think she's funding him?" "I know she is." Day 27. Amber posted a tearful Instagram story. She was in her car, no makeup, eyes red. "Hey guys, I don't usually do this, but I just need to be real with you for a second." She wiped her eyes. "I got a call from my bank today. Apparently, my account's been flagged for some kind of fraud investigation. I don't even know what that means. I think it's because my ex is trying to sabotage me. He has access to my info, and I think he's trying to make my life harder because I left." She sniffled. "I'm not going to let him break me. I just wanted you guys to know what I'm dealing with. Please send good vibes. I need them." The story had 12,483 views. Marcus watched it twice. Then he opened his banking app. He pulled up the joint account, the one Amber thought was hers, because her name was on it. Every transaction for the past 27 days was highlighted. Total outgoing, $11,680. All from the account Marcus had been funding, all to a man who didn't exist. Marcus forwarded the transactions to his lawyer. Subject line, Exhibit 91, fraud, embezzlement, adultery. Day 30, the divorce papers were delivered at 9:14 a.m. Amber was at a Pilates class. The process server waited in the parking lot. When she came out, hair in a ponytail, wearing a matching set she'd tagged on Instagram 2 days earlier, the server approached. "Amber Chen," she smiled. "Yes?" He handed her the envelope. "You've been served." Her smile dropped. She tore open the envelope right there. Marcus had insisted on that. No privacy, no dignity. She read the first page. Her face went white. She looked up. The server was already walking away. She pulled out her phone. She called Marcus. It went to voicemail. She called again. Voicemail. She texted. Marcus was in his office. He saw the text. He didn't respond. 20 minutes later, Amber posted an Instagram story. It was a photo of the divorce papers. The caption, "Can't believe this is my life right now. Pray for me." The story was deleted within 3 minutes, but Marcus had already screenshotted it. Exhibit 94. Amber showed up at the house at 11:37 a.m. Marcus was expecting her. He opened the door before she could knock. She stood there, breathing hard, divorce papers clutched in her hand. "You can't be serious," she said. Marcus didn't move. "You should read the whole thing." "I did read it. You're trying to leave me with nothing." "You signed a prenup, Amber." Her face twisted. "That was before we were married. I was drunk. You know I didn't understand what I was signing. You had a lawyer present. You signed it in front of a notary. This is insane." She stepped forward. "You're really going to do this? After everything I gave you?" Marcus looked at her. "What did you give me?" She froze. "No, seriously," Marcus said. "What did you give me? Your time? You were on Instagram 16 hours a day. Your support. You told your friends I'd given up. Your loyalty." He pulled out his phone. He opened the photo. The one from day 15, Amber and Tyler on the couch. He held it up. Amber's mouth opened. How did you?" "You had him in my house," Marcus said. His voice was calm, surgical. "On my couch, the couch I built. You sat there and told him I was temporary." Amber's hands shook. "You were spying on me?" "I was protecting myself." This is illegal. It's my house, my couch, my security system. He lowered the phone. You want to talk about illegal? Let's talk about the $11,680 you stole from our joint account to fund your boyfriend's fake real estate business. Her face went grey. He said it was an investment. He's a con artist, Amber. He doesn't own anything. His LLC is registered to a mailbox. His net worth is $3,400. And you gave him everything I gave you. Amber stumbled back. No, that's not. He showed you stock photos. Marcus stepped forward. You lost everything chasing a man who doesn't exist. Amber's legs buckled. She sat down on the porch steps. She put her face in her hands. She didn't cry, she just sat there. Silent. Marcus watched her for a moment. Then he stepped back inside. You have 72 hours to remove any remaining items from the property. After that, the locks change. He closed the door. Amber didn't leave for 20 minutes. Marcus watched from the window. She just sat there, staring at the ground, papers scattered around her feet. Finally, she stood. She pulled out her phone. She called Tyler. Marcus couldn't hear the conversation, but he saw her face change. Confusion, panic, rage. She screamed into the phone, then she threw it. It hit the driveway and shattered. She fell to her knees. Marcus turned away. The forensic accountant's name was Sterling. He arrived at Amber's apartment on day 33 with 2 assistants and a leather briefcase that looked like it cost more than her rent. Amber opened the door in sweatpants. No makeup. Hair unwashed. Ms. Chen, Sterling said, I'm here on behalf of Marcus Chen's legal team. We need to discuss the asset disclosure portion of your divorce proceedings. Amber stared at him. What? Sterling didn't wait for an invitation. He walked in. His assistants followed. They sat at her dining table, the one she'd posted on Instagram 3 weeks earlier with the caption, New space, new me. Sterling opened his briefcase. He pulled out a stack of documents 3 inches thick. This is the forensic audit of all joint financial accounts, credit lines, and asset transfers conducted between you and Mr. Chen over the past 4 years. He slid the first page across the table. Your prenuptial agreement, which you signed on August 14, 2021, states clearly that in the event of dissolution, all assets acquired prior to marriage remain with the original owner. All jointly titled assets are subject to equitable distribution based on contribution. Amber's hands were shaking. I don't understand. Let me simplify. Sterling pulled out another document. The home you shared with Mr. Chen was purchased in 2019, 2 years before your marriage. Title is solely in his name. You have no claim. He pulled out another page. The Tesla Model S you frequently drove and featured in your social media content was purchased in 2020. Solely in his name. You have no claim. Another page. The joint bank account, which you accessed freely during your marriage, was funded entirely by Mr. Chen's income. Your contributions total $4,240 over 4 years, primarily from sponsored Instagram posts, which ceased 8 months ago. Amber's voice cracked. This can't be legal. It is. Sterling didn't blink. Furthermore, our audit identified $11,680 in unauthorized transfers from said joint account to a third party, Tyler James Preston, conducted after you and Mr. Chen separated but before divorce proceedings were initiated. He slid another document across. This constitutes financial misconduct. Mr. Chen is entitled to full restitution. Amber's face went white. I don't have that. We're aware. Sterling pulled out his phone. He swiped. He turned the screen toward her. It was a screenshot of her bank account. Current balance, negative $347.29. Amber's voice was barely a whisper. How did you? Mr. Preston provided us with access. Amber's head snapped up. What? Sterling put his phone away. Tyler James Preston. Real name, Tyler Booker. He's currently cooperating with our investigation in exchange for immunity from fraud charges. He's provided full documentation of every transaction you made with him, every wire transfer, every Venmo payment. Amber stood up. He wouldn't. He did. Sterling's voice was flat, mechanical. He also provided screenshots of your private messages, including several where you explicitly stated your intention to take half of Mr. Chen's assets in the divorce. He pulled out one final document. It was a printout of a text thread. Amber, once the divorce is final, I'm set. He doesn't know I've been documenting everything. Tyler, smart, you deserve it, baby. Amber, 50-50 split, California law, then we're gone. Sterling slid it across the table. Amber stared at it. Her hands went limp. Ms. Chen, Sterling said, you have three options. 1. You voluntarily surrender all claims to marital assets and repay the $11,680 within 90 days. 2. We proceed to litigation, where these messages, transaction records, and Mr. Preston's testimony will be entered into public record. 3. You declare bankruptcy and face potential criminal charges for embezzlement. He stood. You have 48 hours to inform your attorney of your decision. He walked to the door. His assistants followed. Amber didn't move. Sterling paused at the threshold. One more thing, he said. Mr. Preston asked me to give you this. He pulled an envelope from his briefcase. He set it on the table. Then he left. Amber opened the envelope with shaking hands. Inside was a single piece of paper, handwritten. Thanks for the investment, baby. Good luck with the divorce. T. Beneath it was a photocopy of a cashier's check, amount $11,680. Payee, Tyler Booker. Memo, dumb bitch fund LLL. Amber screamed. She threw the paper across the room. She grabbed her phone, the cracked one she'd retrieved from the driveway, and tried to call Tyler. The number you have reached is no longer in service. She tried Instagram. User not found. She tried Venmo. Account closed. She collapsed onto the floor. She didn't cry. She just lay there, staring at the ceiling. The story broke on day 37. A gossip blog called The Spillway published an article titled Influencer Amber Chen's Divorce Scandal, Receipts, Betrayal, and a Fake Boyfriend. The article had everything: screenshots of her posts, texts with Tyler, bank statements, the forensic audit summary. It went viral in 4 hours, 67,000 shares. Amber's Instagram comments became a war zone. You're disgusting. Gold-digging trash. Hope it was worth it. Her follower count dropped from 524,000 to 89,000 in 2 days. Brand deals sent termination emails. Due to recent events and the morality clause in our agreement, we are officially ending our partnership effective immediately. One by one, skincare, activewear, wellness supplements, all gone. Day 42. Amber's best friend, Jessica, gave an interview to The Spillway. I always thought something was off. Amber used to make the maid eat in the garage. She said it was because the help shouldn't eat where we entertain. I stopped going over after that. When I heard about the divorce, I wasn't surprised. Amber only cared about Amber. The article included a photo. It was from Amber's Instagram. The brunch, the one where Marcus walked through. Jessica was in the photo, smiling, holding a mimosa. The caption Amber had used, surrounded by queens. The irony was suffocating. Day 49, Amber's mother called. Marcus didn't know how he knew, but Grace told him. Grace had stayed in touch with Amber's family, quietly. She didn't ask permission. Her mother called her, Grace said. She was folding laundry in the kitchen. Marcus was making coffee. What did she say? Marcus asked. Grace paused. She told Amber to come home. Home. Nigeria, the village. Marcus set down his mug. Is she going? Grace nodded. She doesn't have a choice. She can't afford rent. She has no income. No one will hire her. The internet knows her face. Marcus said nothing. Grace folded another towel. Mr. Chen, she said quietly. May I say something? Of course. Grace looked at him. She deserved this, but I hope you can sleep at night. Marcus met her eyes. I sleep fine, Grace. Grace nodded. She picked up the laundry basket and walked upstairs. Day 56. Amber's final Instagram post went up at 6:43 a.m. It was a photo of a passport, a plane ticket to Lagos. The caption, sometimes you have to go back to the beginning to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. I'm sorry to everyone I hurt. I'm sorry to myself. I'm going home. Comments were disabled. The post had 3,201 likes. Marcus saw it. He didn't react. He just closed the app, 6 months later. Marcus was in his office when his phone buzzed. It was a message from a number he didn't recognize. He opened it. It was a photo. A woman in a faded wrapper and headscarf, bent over in a cassava field, pulling roots from the ground. Her hands were cracked. Her face was blank. The message beneath it: thought you'd want to see. She's been here for 4 months, works the farm every day, doesn't talk to anyone. The village calls her Neoma now. Good mother. A name she'll never live up to. Grace. Marcus stared at the photo. He didn't feel victorious. He didn't feel guilty. He just felt quiet. He deleted the message. He set down his phone. He went back to work. The sun is low in rural Edo State, Nigeria. The air smells like dust and soil. Neoma pulls another root from the ground. Her hands bleed. She doesn't stop. A younger cousin approaches, carrying water. Sister, the girl says, Mama says the pastor wants you to give testimony on Sunday about your journey. Neoma doesn't look up. Tell him I'm still preparing. The girl shifts her weight. Sister, it's been 8 months. Silence. Neoma finally looks up. Her face is empty. Not sad. Not angry. Just gone. Tell him I'll be ready when I remember who I was before I forgot. The girl nods. She walks away. Neoma goes back to the soil. She had flown across the ocean to escape the soil. Now the soil was the only thing that would take her back. In the village, they didn't call her by her American name anymore. They called her what her grandmother called her, Neoma. Good mother, a name she would never live up to, because she had spent her best years becoming someone else's cautionary tale. She had chased a life she thought she deserved, and lost the one she had. Pride didn't just cost her money, it cost her a home, it cost her a name, it cost her the ability to look herself in the mirror without seeing a stranger. And in the end, she lost everything. Before you click away, I'm trying to build a community here, a place for people who appreciate stories where karma doesn't just happen, it's engineered, where pride has a price tag and loyalty actually means something. My goal, 5,000 subscribers by the end of March. Every subscription tells YouTube to show this story to someone who needs to see it. Every like is a vote that justice still matters. So here's my question for you. Did Amber deserve what happened to her? Or did Marcus take it too far? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know where you stand. And if you're the kind of person who believes actions have consequences, subscribe, because I've got more stories like this coming. See you in the next one.